Following potential Sasquatch footprints 4 miles from Bethel, Alaska. Can you zoom in on a footprint?
Sure. Right there. And then it takes a step right here. And then it takes a step right here. And a step right here. This one's more
oblong with a bow in the middle.
Clomp, clomp, clomp. Ah! So if you can see these normal size footprints, let me at 5'2", I can follow these. And then there's piss. Mid step, there's a piss. So I can follow these steps. This guy's cruising, big steps. This guy's 6'2". Okay, so his steps went left. So here's medium steps. So here's the biggest question of all. There's nobody hiking out here. People snowmobile out here. And there's no snowmobile track at the other end of this. There's plenty of opportunity where a snowmobile could have been right here where I'm at, all the way 100 yards behind me. And this cat's not on a snowmobile. So moderate steps. Gets to the point, takes a left. Yada, yada, yada. Moderate steps, no big deal. Definitely a big guy with no shortage of stamina. And so here is a circular pattern. So whoever this is, or whatever it is, isn't just going in one straight line. There's no wolves here, and it's not a wolf print. It's an oblong print that's a lot of the time the length of a man's stride. I think I'm done following these. I want to show you the ones that were bounding. Okay, so we're back on the fresh tracks. Here in a minute, you'll see them bounding. Oh, where did they go? So here's a different path than the one I followed last night. This person was either camping out here. Uh-oh. And there's something where it laid down. Can you see it?
It's huge.
That looks like a big butt. That's what I was always hoping for. Like, is there hair anywhere? All you can ever see is old man's beard. There's just a big dip. Another big dip. Some stuff. And then it goes straight through a pile of woods. Like, so look at this. It's just going straight through trees, all covered in growth. When there's an easy open ground to walk on. Look at this. It's going to go straight through a freaking mangled bunch of doodah. And then it just, where the heck does it go? So it comes in here, turns around. It looks like it goes over this. It goes straight over that. And then here's a bunch of mix match. Takes a right. It's going through a bunch of crap where there's no purpose in walking under it. This old man's beard. Takes an abrupt left. Like, goes through something 4 feet tall again. Oh, look, look. That would be antler rub. You know what? What is all that? That's all rubbed. That's the first rub that's the first rub I've seen out near my campsite. And so a bull moose is known to rub and make all kinds of noise. But how do you rub that?
Can you zoom in on a footprint?
How do you rub this? Nope. That's some funky hoo-ha. Wow.
Zooming in on a footprint.
Comes here and goes through something, feet overhang. Takes a right through some more bracket.
Oblong with a bow in the middle.
We got a 2-foot drift. Here, just hoo-ha and straight through some underbrush. Takes a left. Stops. Takes a right instead. Going through all kinds of mangled brush. Sure. Right there. And then it takes a step right here. And then it takes a step right here. And a step right here. This one's more. Clomp, clomp, clomp. Ah! Walking through all kinds of mangled willows. Clomp, 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 clomp. Like, I just came from over there. His footsteps go all the way down there, and now his footsteps come all the way around here. Like, what's it looking for? Here's another sitting spot. You see it? Clomp, clomp, medium size stride. Clomp, clomp, clomp. Sits down. Another big butt print. Nothing spectacular. Nothing identifiable. He must wipe pretty good. There's no brown spot. He's got a bunch of snow right now too, huh? So comes over here, right, left, going up and down some stupid valley he already came from the other side of. Clump. Now this is steep. Clump, 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 clump. Now I'm back up on. That was just too steep for me to get. That guy took a bunch there too. So now we're back on the track we were at a minute ago. I bet I can follow it across it. You see the old track? So now his tracks come this way. Clomp, clomp, clomp. Clompity, clompity, clomp. Okay, so medium strides for a big, tall guy. Where'd his footprints go? I think I lost him. Not too bad for a free campsite, huh? So here's a good spot to make a point. So he obviously he's doing a tour around this place, touring this, touring that. On a Sunday at noon, got all the time in the world to be walking around. Got no, I don't know. He could have parked his snowmobile and been walking, but he's got a huge stride. So here's these footprints coming straight, and they go down, except there they go off to my campsite. So he was either going this direction or he was coming from that direction. And his footsteps go towards my campsite and then come away from my campsite. And so maybe there's a good example of his big stride. These here are normal stride again, but I don't know. Somebody 6'2", big stride. Here's a 5 foot stride. Here's another 5 foot stride. And so here's the best part of today's video that I need most importantly for your video. I've got 34% battery life, but so here he comes off his track. He comes down here. Here's a 5 foot stride. Boom, one. Boom, big leap, big leap, big leap. Medium, medium. Here's a huge leap, 6 feet. Boom. He's cruising, cruising. This cat knows where he's at, dude. Comes up over the ridge to my bushcraft shelter. This is where it starts to get weird. Wait for this. Coming down, coming down, coming down. This is the valley with my bushcraft shelter. Lots of things are normal. And now I'm going to give you a preview of what you're going to see for the next 2 to 3 minutes. He goes up the hill where I have a trail. Goes up, does a loop in 3 feet diameter. Goes on back up, and he comes down within 2 feet of this tree on a sideways diagonal 60-degree slope, and comes down and goes back where he came from. So watch this. In the snow. Yep. So here he comes. Clomp, 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 clomp. One of the weird things is, this is a pretty steep hill. He gets to the top of it, and he doesn't take the easy route looking for the shallowest incline. He takes a route going straight up to that tree when he could take a left where it's nice and easy. Slip right there, keeps on going straight up over this. Dude, it's super simple to take the easy route to the left. And so that dude is determined to go straight. I've got no shortage of energy. I'm not looking for a break coming around this tree. Comes up here. And so I just moved my summer campsite from right there 30 yards to over here. So this cat comes up to this point here, and I've urine marked all of this area. He gets right here, and he does a circle. No, nobody was here, but he took a little peek. He didn't go mess with my campsite stuff. It was right there, buried under a tarp and snow and branches. But he did a little 5-foot diameter tour right here. Went on his merry way here. Now watch this. Easy. He knows the top of this hill. We just came from the top of this hill. Easy walking. What does he do? Instead of taking easy walking, his tracks come here and go down this diagonal 60-degree hillside. Clomp, 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 clomp. Look at this. Straight down, dude. And like, okay, here's one broken one. Is coming down the oddest place when there's all this flat ground everywhere. Comes around here. Clomp, 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 clomp. And back on his merry way out of my campsite after checking it out. I've watched enough outdoor videos that the scariest thing that'll ever happen will be camping on flat ground and the wind comes up to 60 miles an hour. I know. Weird. So in the meantime, I've got my floor cut and painted on my living room. This is 6 feet by 8 feet. From 3 inches out on each side is 8 feet, 6 feet across. I've got the plywood double painted, 2 layers of exterior paint. So it'll have a plywood floor here in a couple weeks.